Hello guys, it's Danny again, the leader of MVP Gaming. Today we're going to be doing a special video for you. I'm going to be breaking down some top tips from a pro lobby, guys, from a pro tournament against pro league teams. It's going to be exciting and there's going to be some great strategy things that you can learn a lot from. So make sure you stay tuned for the whole video, subscribe to the channel, and let's dive into it. Alright, so here we are in the air, and of course when you're in the air and you jump in, you need to be getting that info, guys, using the eyeball, finding out what is going on around you, guys. That's a really important step. And for today's video, we are jumping in to a pro lobby, guys, a competitive lobby. This is a tournament that we're playing right now, and it is with all of the pro league teams. So if you guys don't know, we've qualified into the Pro League, the PUBG West Europe Pro League, which is coming up. It's actually going to start in May, guys, so make sure you stay tuned for that, and we are going to be doing a lot of preparation for that, and hopefully teaching you guys a trick or two about competitive play, because I know a lot of you guys have been messaging me and saying, oh, I'm interested in getting into competitive play, how can I start, and things like this. So I'm just going to be giving some nice tips on the channel. But for comp play, our home is the PUBG, guys. Now I know what you're thinking, why don't you take School, Rojok, or Pachinki or something like that. And the reason is the PUBG is really nice for these rotations to military base as well. But look here how I'm rotating. Look where my mark is now. It's up on that compound, up on the north side of the map. That's where, like, I wanted to go to, but it is a popular compound. So notice what I'm going to do with my mark now. I'm not just going to send my guys straight into that mark. I'm actually going to make them go just a little bit before onto that hill there. I put it on the right side. Now, there's two reasons for that. The first is that it's a popular compound. You don't want to just drive straight past that, because that's on our rotation route. You want to find out if there's enemies in there, and if there is, you need to go a lot wider on the right side or the left side. Well, you can't really squeeze through on the left side. That's why we wanted to get info, because you need to know if you need to go wide around it. And secondly, is to give my guys a chance to group up, because there's always someone like Dark is in this lobby who's lagging a little bit behind, and we need to give them a little chance to catch up, right? So now my guys have got the info on the compound from that hill. We found out that it's free, and I am just going to be driving nicely past that, going ahead to be the scout man. Now, what you're going to see here, guys, look at the zone, how it's split. So the zone is split like pretty much 50-50 onto the top island and onto the bottom island. Now, this is why this next positioning that we're taking is so important, because when you're playing competitive play, you want to keep your options open. The squads who we're playing against are very smart players, and they are going to do their best to kind of like to trap you and things like that, and to block your rotation paths. So notice how we take this position here, and we're very split. Now, there's a reason for being very split. One is to get more map control over the area and kind of like dominate our position. And secondly is to get that information. So look here at the zone, you'll see again that it's shifted, and it is literally like 50-50 on the top and the bottom island. So we don't know which side of the island it's gonna go to. So the position that we take right here is very central, and it's like gives us amazing information all the way into Rojok, where we can cross. We've got info on two bridges, like down here where I'm looking now. I can put my scope on and get some extra info into Rojok over here and on the bridge. And we've also got Will over here is watching that bridge, so we've got 2 points to cross onto the other island, and we can get information on both of those points. And notice how we're split, but we can still cover each other, and we're good. Like we're in positions where if enemies do start pushing onto one player, we can come quickly. And the important thing is that we've all got our own vehicles. Now, that is a very important thing in competitive play, guys. Always try and have every single person in their own vehicle. Now, the reasons for that is, firstly, if you're on rotation, people are and you're close together, they're more likely to shoot a little bit on each car rather than blow up one car if you're all in one car. So if you're playing competitive play and scrims and stuff, which I know a lot of you are, try and get in as many vehicles as possible. And notice, as soon as the zone shifts, we're looking to move. Now, obviously, I did hit a rock there, which happens when you're looking at the map sometimes as well. And I was waiting for Will to jump in the car. It's been a bit slow. But we are moving here because we already had the information on here. I've been scouting out this area of Royale for a long time. And look how we go. As we're moving, we're taking more information. We're taking info that Royale Hill is also clean. So we're going to be moving up there because, guys, it's very, very important to take high ground positions as well. One of the problems is on high grounds, you can lose your cars. So that's why we're leaving the cars under here in a dip, because we can protect those cars from our positioning up on the hill. So that means we're not going to lose any car tires or anything like that, because in pro lobbies, people are going to shoot your car tires. Like, they'll shoot, say if you're on a buggy, they'll shoot just the back tire, and it like takes the whole vehicle out of the game. And they'll do that because they know just how important those vehicles are, guys, to teams. So you do need to protect your vehicles as well at the same time. We've got Dark up on the hill. He gets a nice kill there, and we've got one buggy who's still trying to run away from us here. So we are going to be aggressively pushing onto that, but not too aggressive, because there is enemies in school. So look how we're still covered. We stay on the left side of the mountain because we're aware that the enemies are in school, and we try and get some damage onto that buggy. But he does escape, and we are gonna, there's a Dacia on the road as well, which we've just picked up, and we're gonna change one of our buggies for that Dacia. So it's little things like that, guys, that makes a big difference. Like, you want to have the nicest vehicles, because when you get into those final zones, especially in open zones, you're going to use them for cover. So notice here, guys, the zone is about to shift, and we're preparing already to rotate. You know what I mean? We're getting our gas in the car. I need to gas up this car because it's actually missing a tire, so I'm going to have to boost pretty much the whole way. Now the zone shifted. We haven't got a lot of time. We've got two options. We can either play on this side where the orange marker is now, which is going to be a bit congested because there's a lot. Obviously, there's the Pachinki Church, there's a big compound next to it, or we can play on this side over here where I've just marked. Now, that second side is going to be a lot better option for us, and the reason for that, guys, is because it is a high ground. Now, we can't just drive straight to that orange marker because we're going to go through school and through that compound, and we're going to get blown up. So watch here how I give my orders to the troops. I put the orange marker out into the blue zone there, you see that? And that is basically me saying we're going to do a wide rotation into the blue and come up onto green marker at the top and stay on the hill and try and push downwards from the hill, because it's a lot easier to fight from high ground into low ground. So that's going to be the strategy for this game. We are going to be going out into the blue, which is a very useful thing you can do, because not a lot of people are going to be expecting that. Like, they're going to think, oh, they're just going to rotate and like stay in the zone and things. But notice how I'm already fully boosted. My car is gassed up and I'm prepared already. And that gives us a good advantage, because in these lobbies, seconds can be the difference between life and death. So you want to get into those positions and into your cars to move ASAP, guys. You want to be ready as soon as that zone shifts, really, to make your rotation.
I'm safe, but my will, you need to come to me.
So we are going to be coming up here now. My guys had a little bit of a problem, and they started getting shot from the school, so they're picking each other up and stuff. So I'm just going to take this ridge. Notice how I just stop on a close ridge. I'm not going overextending and overcommitting myself and like going too deep where there might be enemies. I'm going to move slowly, and I'm going to wait for my team. When my team start coming up behind me, I'm going to start moving forward again and taking the next ridge, which I've already got a little bit of information on. Because if there was enemies here, I probably would have seen them or seen something, some movement already. And when I move up here, I see enemies coming down on the right side. So it's very important for me to take this rock, stay on this rock, and just to not get knocked. Just be a presence. A presence even, not a presence. A presence. Because if I'm here, the enemies cannot push over this ridge. So it's very important for me. I can do a little, I thought I could get a headshot there, but it didn't quite work out. But it's not important to do damage. It's not important to get knocked. It's only important for me to hold there and not get knocked while my team group up and they can take the left side, because I've not allowed that team to push up onto the high ground and basically gatekeepers. So because we've done that, we've now got a little spot in zone. Now, the beautiful thing about the high ground is we're not going to lose these cars. We're going to keep all our cars, and that is a very important thing for this zone, because it's going to be an open field zone, guys. You can look at how it's shifting now, and it looks very open. So we wanted to push on the right side and clear out our area of the map, but it's not going to happen. They've got overwatchers at the back. So we're going to have to make a decisive decision here on where we're going to crash. So I've looked at the map. I've seen that that little compound is just in the zone. and I've been like, you know what, I've looked, there's not a lot of movement going on, and I've given my guys the order. We're going to crash that building right there, and we're going to go in. Sometimes, guys, you've just got to go for it. There's no choice. We've got a hard shift against us. You've just got to go for it. You can't do anything about it. You've just got to go full send. So I'm going to be doing some pre-firing on the window. Because if someone did peek there, I would have got a double headshot or something, and then we could have pushed him instantly, right? But he didn't peek, and we are going to give the order here just to grenade and things. Because guys, even though it's only one guy up here, anything can happen, and look how easy that is. I can just hold him downstairs. My guys are nading. There's no mistakes. No one gets knocked. Because the thing is, if you do get knocked, that's going to give signals to the other team or his teammates or another team that they have to push right now, if you know what I mean. So we have got a little spot just on the edge of the zone. Now, guys, in field zones like this, when it's open, you just want to play the edge of the zone. You don't want to go in deep, because if you go in deep, you're just going to get shot from every single side, and you're going to have no cover unless you build like a fort with your cars. But trust me, it's not always easy, guys. And if you have got a fort, it makes you very prone to grenades and stuff like that. Now, luckily, in competitive play, there is no grenade launchers, but you never know where people can throw their grenades. They are very good. So I'm going to hold the back. Now, notice here, I'm not panicking. I'm not running to the zone. I'm just staying at the back because I know I need to clear the back. Once we've cleared the back, it's going to make our lives a whole lot easier because we can just make cover with our cars from the front. And look how we're just going to edge in here, guys. We're not going on top of each other, but we're not going deep. We're not going deep. And when we do pull up, we're getting smokes out to give us some cover. Notice, guys, we're not going deep at all. When you're in zones like this and circles like this where it's really like grassy and really open and there's hardly any cover at all, you don't want to go deep into the zone because you don't know where people are hiding. There's going to be people snaking everywhere. There's still 25, well, before we crashed, there was like 30 people alive in this tiny little zone. So it's pretty intense, guys. Obviously, it's not like your normal classic game, and all of these players are pros as well. They're all good at what they do, so you need to be very careful because they're going to knock you instantly if you put a foot out of place. So here I'm in a strong position now. I get to give my team some info, and I can also put a little bit of pressure down on other teams if you see smokes forming or something like that, basically just putting them to put their heads down. But the most important thing in this stage of the game, we've got the circle. We don't have to rotate anymore. Everyone else is rotating. The most important thing for us is just not to get knocked, not to get pushed. Because look how many people are going to die now. Literally just half the people who were just left just got wiped, guys, when they have to rotate from the blue zone. That is the craziness that happens in these lobbies. And when we're pushing forward now, because the zone hard shifted against us, we are going to use our utilities, guys. You need smokes. The harder the lobby you're in, the more smokes and grenades you need to take, guys. They are so important. So here, just literally take as many as you can find, guys. They're more important than bullets, I swear. Like, you don't even understand how important they are. Or maybe you do. So we're going to be going forward here. Again, we're using our jeeps. This is how important the keeping your cars alive and not losing car tires and things like that is. It's so important because when you get into the final zones like this, it's a weapon. It's literally a weapon. I can use it to push forward, and like, we're gaining territory. We know because it's 7 people alive, we know we've got the advantage now. I'm going to smoke my weak side still, and that's an aggressive smoke. Notice how I don't smoke myself. I don't smoke my own vision. I want to smoke the enemy's vision because then they can't see, and I've got more like freedom to move, if you know what I mean. So that's a lot better to smoke their vision, use aggressive smokes rather than smoke your own, guys. That's a huge tip right there. And we are going to be looking to push. So you know what comes before the push, guys? The grenades, of course. And notice as well, I'm not just throwing one grenade. I'm going to throw every single grenade I've got, guys. And I get a knock on a second grenade. So that's a perfect example of why not to actually throw just one grenade, because the first one might soften them up, or the second one might soften them up, and the third one knock them. You never know. If I had 4, I would have thrown 4. If I had 5, I would have thrown 5. Because we're going in now. We're going to push, and the grenades soften them up. There is one behind the car, but I get a lovely little headshot on him. And that is going to be pretty much it, guys. It turns into a 4v1. Now, when you are in a 4v1 like this, it's very easy just to push. Now, I mean, obviously, he's snaking. He can get a nice couple kills or knock, but it's not going to be enough, guys, and that is going to be the end of the game. So there you go, guys, and I know what you're thinking. Oh, you guys only got 8 kills. But at the same time, 8 kills is a lot when you're getting a chicken dinner in a competitive lobby. And if you do that, you are going to win a load of tournaments and make that money, guys. So I hope you enjoyed that video. I know I did, breaking that game down. I know a few of you asked for that different kind of video today. But thanks a lot for watching. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.